ladies and gents, we are here today in Scotland riding the GOLFIE. So what we're going to do, we're going to check out a few trails, so from the easier side up to the harder side. So yeah, stay tuned, we'll show you some of the best bits and have a little look at some of the features. We're dropping into a trail called Flat White, quite a popular one of the more mellow trails of GOLFIE, and it's quite a straightforward route, kind of like a burny sort of gully top to bottom. So it's a good trail to try and check your ability. So if you're not comfortable on this, you're definitely not going to be comfortable on the rest of the trails. Yeah, let's drop in and have a little look. Oh, take the front wheel out. Whoa! Absolute switchback central down here. Down to the bedrock. So you can see here the surface of it all, just loose shale, which is going to take the weather amazingly well, and it has to here. And it does give you quite a bit of grip when you're actually coming into the corners with speed. You are kind of like teetering on the edge. Feels quite loose underneath, but there is a good bit of stopping power to be had. Yeah, I mean, there's some tricky little drops coming out of some of these corners, but it's still quite technical. Definitely, I wouldn't say it's not completely beginner friendly. We're out here today with local guide Gordy. He's going to be showing us around today. Gordy getting wild. Just burned for an absolute day. One of those trails you can just charge as hard or as slow as you want. What a wild ride. We've got Innerleithen town, which is about a kilometre-ish, a mile from the start of the GOLFIE, so at the golf club where it all starts. So you can head into town and there's a few coffee shops, co-op places where you can grab some food, but when you're out on the hill there's nothing here for you, so you got to bring it all yourself. Come prepared, bring your spare tubes, your extra few litres of water, a few snacks, and yeah, get prepared for a big day out. There's a lot of climbing involved here if you want to punch out a few laps, and you're definitely earning your turns, but the trails are just unreal. It's a real sort of biker's paradise, this place. Look, check this out. It's apparently it's not one of the best trails in the valley, but you don't get to ride stuff like this too often. It's called Avalanche. So yeah, you can see this one a little bit steeper, just all shale. You just pretty much skid a line top to bottom apparently. Let's go for a skid. Oh, this is brutal. Oh my god! Down control! Heat light! Whoa! Go on, Gordy Bob! So when I first rode this, from when I first rode the GOLFIE a few days ago, I put it out on my Instagram. I had quite a few messages from people saying, have you ridden this trail? Gordy's not a fan. I think it's a local kind of sin to ride this when you've got everything else. but the punters seem to love it. You can see why. It is actually quite fun. Super steep, super loose, and this is just the bottom section, and completely different to anything else on this hill. Oh god, that was wild.
Yeah, it's just a big ass ski slope from start to finish.
Yeah. Steep as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up to New York, shall we? Here you can see the climb goes from fire road to sort of single tracky, but the single track has now turned into the bog of eternal stench. Look at that. This path is absolutely battered, and it's actually quite fun to sort of try and clear it. On the e-bike it's not too bad actually, but there's a lot of big roots that you have to try and sort of climb. They have recently, literally overnight from the making of this video, Santa Cruz have given the volunteers and the trail committee some money to sort of make this decent again, all the way up to the reservoir, and they're going to make this climb great again. And then to get to New York, you've still got a pretty solid climb up this road. So we're here on New York, another, I'd say, qualifiers trail. So it's gonna put you to the test and see if you're ready for the rest of the trails out there, because this is one of the easier ones. It's still quite technical. We're out in the open here. As you can see, we're getting almost blown away. You can see here, nice flowy jump, ski jump. And a few days ago, this was just a big pool of slop, and they filled that in. And you can see the amount of soil they've moved. Dug a little trench down here, so there's people on these trails making them good, and they're all volunteers. So yeah, take a look at this. So you can send this as fast as you dare, and then you can slam up into these corners and then down into the wood section. This is what, like a real long trail, this one. Woo. So we can see here it does get quite dark in these woods. Really dense trees. A few lines here, you can kind of pick your way down through this sort of drop line here, or smash the berm on the outside. A lot of the trails in this forest are notorious for the old sniper routes. A lot of them sort of coming into corners, and it's like a polished route which will happily swipe out your front end. So you've got to be a bit on your toes, keep yourself on your toes, and keep the front end light if you can. Woo. Such a good track, mate. Oh, little brush with the tree there. The trees are really close. You might even want to think about running your bars a little bit shorter. Advice from Gordy himself. Try and keep your momentum up through these flat sections. So now to the David Attenborough part of the show, where we look beyond the trails Look at that. The forest is just beautiful.
Forests. Over half.
Ooh, getting pretty rowdy down here. It's these little awkward drops on the corners that keep you on your toes. And that is what the Tweed Valley is all about. Scotland's obviously known for its wet weather, so you need to come prepared. Bring yourself a windbreak, a good waterproof jacket, and the waterproof socks have come in handy a few times. So little things like that will make your day so much easier. About your previous parties in this den.
The previous parties. So back in the day, you can see that there's been a lot of graffiti over the years up here. Some of it is new, some of it is pretty old. There's names of people up here that I went to school with when I was a youngster growing up in the area. So yes, there's been several things up here over the years. Some old parties, some old raves. But yeah, good place with lots of memories, old and new, basically.
Some stories you'd probably rather not share with the
yeah, not for the viewers at this moment.
Can head up to this summit and drop into some trails up there. So we're at the drop-in of WaterWorld. It's a fruity little trail which has been used for the EWS series. So we're going to go down and have a little look at a few features. It's all off the brakes, let the bike do its thing. We'll see you down in the woods. Oh, look at that scenery, folks.
It starts fairly gnarly and then builds its pace from there and gets even more so as we go on. So yeah, so kind of fast but quite technical in places, dropping into the stream a couple of times. Rocky chutes with good berm catchers at the bottom though, so kind of do ride what you see in here and it should all be good. But yeah, then really changes character down the bottom of the trail and turns into what I can probably best describe as a mountain bike BMX track. Nice swooping corners, tabletops out in the open, lovely bit of trail to finish with.
Let's have a go. Whoop, whoop. Definitely got me on the edge of on my toes. No respite on it whatsoever. Ooh, got a bit of sun come out for it. Oh, look at these sharp old rocks down here, right down to bedrock. So we rode this trail for the first time a few days ago, and it's definitely one that you want to treat with a bit of respect. It's not one of these kind of trails where you can just hang it out and you'll be fine. There's some real steep sections here, so you need to kind of keep your speed in check, especially if you don't know it. And you can just see you've got drops, you've got rocks, you've got roots, you've got trees. It's definitely the trail you want to treat with a bit of respect. We've got these drops out the corners, so if you're up for a bike and a body test, then this is the kind of thing you're looking for. Really steep, but I can't quite remember where that bit is. Whoa, hanging right off the back of that. Thread the needle through the rocks. Whoa! Yes, boy! Oh yes! Technical, steep goodness. We come out here, it gets a bit shaly. Got some big planted rocks down here. Look at this little gully. Oh, look at that. Little pinball section into a catch berm at the bottom there. Look at this! So you can find this trail, the top of it starts just behind New York, New York, at the top there. We will be getting wet as it crosses through the stream a bit further down. Some big steps on the corners there, but you can roll them. Whoa, those trees are real tight. Oh. Right, ladies and gents, that's a wrap from the GOLFIE. We're now going to head over to the other side of the valley over in Innerleithen and check out a few trails over there. But for that, we're going to have to see you over in the next video. You can also check out the GLENTRESS Trail Centre. We've done a little trail check on that too. So yeah, check the description and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.